some Tim Joe. It is Rachel and John. It's your Jagoff Late Night. And we are back here at 5 Foster Plaza for the last time right now because we are getting ready to embark on our 2025 Zachary's Mission Porch Tour by People's Gas.
Love that. It's our literal favorite time of the year. You know how there's like the unofficial mark to summer? That's what Zachary's Mission is for us. But we encourage you that once we are done with Zachary's Mission to come to 5 Foster Plaza right there at Odyssey and enjoy us because we have some great things. Not only do we have good guests, but we have various restaurants and breweries, and I can't wait to get to ours tonight because they bring us really good goodies and we get to taste test them. So come do that with us. But in the meantime, it is our due diligence to be good Jags. It is the term of endearment. However, we have to call out Jags. And today, or this week, we did a little jag or brag. What do you think that was?
Oh, I thought it was you because you were showing somebody cutting off somebody else.
Well, like, picture it. Where was it?
There
Explain.
are 2 lanes.
Yeah.
And there's, you're supposed to take your time to merge and do the zipper thing, but somebody stopped dead, held everybody up in the left lane to cut over into the right lane, getting onto 28.
Let's play How Mad Was John?
Yeah, I said, get that picture.
Mad. Yeah.
Right. So the deal is that you're supposed to merge like a zipper, not stop behind it, not scoot up around everybody. And it's all of the
like
traffic
zipper?
laws.
Never heard merge
That's
like a
right.
zipper.
That's right.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that should be a question of the day.
merge
Okay.
like a zipper, you Jagoff.
Hashtag merge like a zipper. Okay, so there you go. Anyway, I thought it was a jag, not a brag. Second thing up that we have to pay homage to is the fact that we are doing a really cool walk on June the 22nd with our friend Leah from, she's from Bullymax, but it is for her daughter, Mila, and she's been doing this for a bunch of years, and it's a heart walk at Stage AE. They have like fun princesses. Tinkerbell actually joined us. If you saw the video that we did, it was lots of fun. They do all like family-oriented things, and it's all going to the cure for
research for congenital
heart disease. Yeah. So super stoked for that. If you can join us, there is a Team Jag on June the 22nd. So go check out our link and join us and walk, you Jagoff. In the meantime, I couldn't have talked fast enough because we get to speak to our friends at DoDaddy. If you do not know this place, you need to get there. It is the folks from Caliente, if they look familiar. They are no stranger to you, Jagoff. And we are so excited to welcome Amanda and Angie. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So you brought us good stuff, and it looks beautiful on that paper plate that we
Yes.
provided.
All right. So
We
here
did.
we can hand it over. But first of all, you're here because, well, let's set it all up. Caliente is Caliente.
Right.
And you used to have somebody make your beer.
Yes.
And then you turned around and said, hold on a minute.
Yep.
We'll go and buy the beer place and make our own beer and make it for everybody else as well. So
Yes.
pretty cool. And so DoDaddy is your brand.
DoDaddy.
So I love the fact that you're getting ready to not only keep us late at night eating pizza and drinking beer,
But we'll keep
but
you
you're ready
supplied.
to get us on the way back around on brunch, right?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
So what are we looking at in your hands here?
So we have a little bit of a collection. I'll let Amanda, she's my number one gal at the brewery. She's in charge of everything.
Okay.
And I'll let her
While you talk.
explain it to you.
All right. Actually, I'll pass this one to Rachel as
Yeah.
well.
So
All
you
right.
have 2 food items. We have our caramelized bacon made in house, fresh
Yum.
for the morning, and then we have our cinnamon sugar pretzel with homemade cream cheese vanilla icing.
It's
So
amazing.
good.
It's amazing. Trust us.
It's really, really good.
Sponsored by UPMC Hardcastle.
Yes, absolutely. And then the 2 drinks we have, one is our Hazy Dough Daisy, which is our flagship beer. It's what got DoDaddy off the ground and loved by many. And then the pink drink is going to be one of our mimosas for brunch.
A strawberry
Yeah,
mimosa.
it's
Quite
strawberry
good.
with orange juice and our seltzer base.
So what made you guys, like, to John's point, your food is fantastic. You know, we've come, when you weren't on Babcock, we would go to either Bloomfield or Mount Lebanon because of, depending on where we were.
Yeah.
Now that it's Babcock, we are one of your number 1 customers. But nonetheless, what made you want to get into beer and other things? Because you were owning the pizza game, and now you're owning other things.
But from the beginning, we were bringing in beers that nobody could get to
Sure.
Caliente when it was just the one shop in Bloomfield and people would line up down the street. So we had our beer game going on. Once we got the pizza established, we had the beer game going on. We looked for a long time, Nick and I, my husband, wanted a brewery, and it just wasn't the right time, you know. So last year, this is kind of funny, I was away and Nick called me and said, hey, I may have done something.
You're like, I'll
You're
never
And I
go
went,
there
we
again.
go.
what did you do? That could mean anything in my
Yes,
world.
yes.
And I'm like, what did you
Yeah.
do? He goes, I think I finally found you a brewery. So it's a woman-owned
turned it on
brewery.
you.
I love
It's
how-
Yeah.
I love how
my
he felt that.
brewery.
Yeah, he did
I
you a
love
favor.
that. Yeah, but
Smart
that's
man,
great.
Nick.
And that's when I brought on Amanda. She was with the old owners of the brewery, and I said, we're keeping her. She's awesome. So together, we
Yeah.
kind of roll the beer game over there in Gibsonia.
And so for people who aren't familiar, we have visited and we've had great conversations with Amanda. And I'm not just saying this because you were on, but you hosted 412 Thrive for one of
Oh,
their
yes.
really, really important
It was really
events.
awesome.
They still talk about it. And it has
Really?
been months and months. And I literally called you in a panic and said they want to do a Let It Go party. Where they're kind of letting go of their fears and doing like a little bonfire. You guys made that happen like instantly, and they said the customer service was fantastic, food was great.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
She really is amazing. I can't talk her up any more than I already do. Like
Yeah.
she runs the whole brewery. She does anytime somebody calls and says, I want to have something there, she's the woman you talk to.
And there is an outside component. There's
Oh,
an
yeah.
inside. It's very, very cool.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
We
It's
have a huge merch store full of all of our branded merch, plus some really cool vintage finds from Ange. Awesome, awesome. Most of them all women-owned businesses, which is something we always have a goal to highlight. We have a party room. We have a huge beer garden. With
that outside is
I
amazing.
love it. Yes.
pavilions, a stage with bands, an
Yeah.
outdoor beer trailer.
The little trailer.
Yeah,
is
the
so
trailer's
cute.
really cute. And then we have our gorgeous inside tap room, which has a beautiful bar and 12 tap lines. I mean, whatever you're really looking for, we can do for you.
I think
so.
Mark Eddy, our musician, might be interested in that little tap room there. Huh?
there you
There's
go.
a
The
little
networking at
entertainment
its
area.
Oh,
finest.
yeah,
Yes.
by all means.
We're
So-
so excited about the brunch though, because
Yes.
Yes.
so Nick and I live in the area
Sure.
still. We grew up over there. And one day we woke up and we're like, let's go to brunch.
Yeah.
Okay, where do we go for
Right.
brunch?
Ah,
Yes.
crickets.
Oh, where do we go for brunch? And we just started, I'm like, we need to
Into
do
the
brunch.
city, yeah.
We need to have a brunch in Gibsonia.
So what
So,
do you
that's how
guys-
it was all born.
What do you consider brunch? You open at what?
Noon to what, 3
Three.
Okay.
o'clock?
Three.
Okay.
Wow.
On
Okay.
Sundays.
Music.
Okay.
Sundays only.
Yeah.
Great menu, well-rounded. If you're a sweet brunch kind of person or a savory, we got options for you.
Breakfast pizza.
Mimosas,
Oh my
pizzas,
gosh.
sandwiches, waffles, nachos.
Breakfast nachos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we're doing beer mimosas. We're doing mimosa flights, mimosa pitchers.
We'll see you
Every-
Sunday.
Listen, I am not
Yeah.
a mimosa person. That mimosa
That's
is
good.
fantastic.
That is
Yeah.
That seltzer
Yeah.
base, we
Is
can
that
do
what it is?
anything
Yes.
with
Okay.
that. So, like, even if we have cocktails, we call them domami cocktails, or
Of course.
you can have a cocktail made by us. We don't need vodka. We don't need rum. We make it out of that base. So you can make
very
anything
light.
with
Yeah.
that base.
Yeah, it's fresh. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Very
Wow.
refreshing. It's very high in alcohol, so be careful.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up?
That gives you the zing.
Where can everybody find you and follow you so that they can learn more about it?
Oh, all social media, Instagram, Facebook, all Dough Daddy Brewery, and then our website is doughdaddyBrewery.com.
And we have to mention, we were talking about Zachary's mission, and thank you to you guys because Caliente obviously is a part of that as well. You have been for the last couple of years,
Yes.
and we really appreciate. You're always ingrained in the community. Quick question of the day:
Oh, boy.
what is your summertime song? Did you like how
Song.
I did that? I thought you were
that
going to
was
join me.
good.
That's why I was
No,
holding
I didn't
it
know
out.
you were
but-
going with that. I like that.
That's really one of
That's
them.
it.
Okay.
That's it. You guys.
That's an amazing
Amanda?
song for
I
summertime.
don't know.
All right,
Lizzo
listen.
did just
Listen.
drop a
Or
new song that's really
Summertime
good.
by
There you
I forget
go.
what it's called.
Janis Joplin.
Oh,
There you
that's
go.
another good one.
Listen,
you guys,
we're
we
gonna
love
pitch
you.
out. Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming. We're going to pitch out to People's Gas and find out about the locator devices.
The best thing about it is now I have a life. I got weekends off, nights off, and just learning new skills in life. I think that's the coolest thing, is being able to take home what I learned on the job site and be able to do that at the house. It doesn't matter what age you are. You could be just coming out of high school, graduating from college. or like me, you've been in a business for so long, you just wanted a change. And the pension is great, the health benefits are great, and the time you get to spend home is great.
Welcome to People's Clean Hydrogen Pilot Program. Here sits no ordinary container. It's a drop-in unit that transforms natural gas into clean, cost-effective hydrogen that can provide you with affordable, safe, and reliable energy with as few emissions as possible, removing carbon and making a product, not a pollutant. So no, it's no ordinary box. It's a powerful decarbonization tool, and just one of the ways Peoples is innovating the future of energy.
I've been thinking that Rohrich Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rohrich Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rohrich, I bought it at Rohrich. Picked up my new car at Rohrich Automotive. I got friends at Rohrich Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
I think I can
Money. It is John and Rachel. Welcome back to your Jagoff Late Night. I threw a listen. We're going to make this a comfortable situation because we have royalty here. If you do not recognize these faces, you need to learn who they are because we know them now as Actual Size. That is the name of your company, right?
Yes, it is.
I love this. And here, I did not do my research when we talked with Jared from Visit Pittsburgh the last time. All we knew was there was this giant clock that John and I work in the North Shore.
Okay.
And he was like, you know where it is, guys, like right there on the Great Lawn. I'm like, I did not realize, but I promise you, when I left, we went back to the office, and that following day, I went to look at it. Phenomenal. So if people don't know what we're talking about, there's an amazing countdown clock because in case you don't know, there's a little draft coming next year. And these are the fine folks behind it for making it Actual Size. How's that?
Oh, that's very
longest
good.
intro
Wow.
ever.
Wow, you're
And what are their names?
Oh,
It's Bob and Mary Kiernan.
yes,
Correct.
exactly.
There you go.
So, all right. So let's go
I left
backward
you
a
the
minute
easy work.
because how did this all start? So we're starting off that we now know you because of the clock, the
Right.
countdown clock.
Yes.
But somewhere along the way, we heard about a life-size terrible towel.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your company, Actual Size.
Sure. So Bob and I actually met when we were 17 and 18 years old in college. And so this has been a very long journey.
Okay.
And
Penn
it's
Staters.
Yes, Penn Staters. And it's taken us on very many different paths and roads. But basically, we started Actual Size 26 years ago in the third floor of our house.
Correct.
And we grew and we kept growing, and we had two children that didn't want to have a company inside our house any longer. So we moved it
They kicked
downtown.
us out.
They kicked
Yeah.
us out. So we moved to downtown Pittsburgh, and then now eventually we are in East Liberty. So, and there's 13 of us now. So we're a small company by design. We really like to get hands-on in our projects. Bob is the
Sure.
creative mind genius behind it all, and I do more of account services and marketing and things like that. So, and we have been working with the Pittsburgh Steelers now probably close
About
to
20 years,
about
yeah.
20 plus
Oh, wow.
years on
Yeah.
various game day products for them and so forth. And when the NFL draft was coming to Pittsburgh, we decided to respond to an RFP put out by Visit Pittsburgh, and here we are. We built a clock. So
Okay, so
kind of
why-
about
I mean, you
all.
made
Yeah.
that sound so easy. Like that's what you do. So then you just build this life-size clock. But how did that? What was the process like? Was there an idea initially, or did you actually come up with the idea?
So we came up with the idea, really Bob and his team at Actual Size. We sat around a table, which is really great because Bob believes everybody can be creative. So we all can have ideas. And we just kind of started throwing out what's really exciting about Pittsburgh. And we really wanted to talk about the 90 neighborhoods. We wanted them to be represented. And then we wanted the football programs, Friday Night Lights, the Whippeal, but then also the City League. So kind of threw out these ideas and then turned to Bob and Joe Shumbat and Claire and said, okay, make this come to fruition.
I think it all sort of happens through pivoting. We say, hey, this is what we want to do. And then when it becomes, time to actually do it, you have to kind of reinvent it a little
Sure.
bit. So this whole thing was about
starting with all roads leading to Pittsburgh, because we're centrally located here among all these other NFL teams. So our draft should be really well attended. We have people, Cleveland, everybody's close. So we kind of wanted everything to be like, hey, here we are, come to Pittsburgh. It's all roads lead to Pittsburgh. So we had bridges, we had a bunch of whole other components designed. But then when it's time to execute, you get to the Great Lawn and they say you can have these 3 feet
spot.
here, and then
So build
up.
Yeah.
So you can't do what you thought. So you gotta. So the concept sort of pivoted to become a 2-sided clock, where it was this side you have the background of the city, you go to the other side and you see the stadium. So we kind of changed the concept a little
So,
bit.
Bob,
but that's kind of how it works.
Are you an engineer by
was
trade?
just gonna
No,
say,
not in
yeah.
any way.
Materials,
No, I'm just a
or-
creative person.
Is
just
that
a
right? So,
design person.
because
Yeah.
I know I can tend to be a creative person, but I don't know the difference between a 1/4 inch light and a 1/4 inch heavy as far as when I'm cutting a piece of wood or something like that.
We
So
had
I'm
a great partner.
Basically 2 elbows.
Carpenter Connections in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Union Shop here really held our hand along the way and also grounded us in reality, but also really never said no, which is really great when you're a creative person. And I have a lot of energy, if you haven't been
they
able
try
to
to make
tell.
it
And I'm
happen,
like, we
sure.
can do this, we can do this. And those guys just went above and beyond. And it was just great working with them.
So
And Bob,
yeah, that's
I'm trying to think of how I want to frame it, because I don't want it to sound, I'm a creative mind also. And so when you think of Pittsburgh, it's easy for us to say bridges, terrible towel. This is unique in the sense that you thought of community, but were you kind of like, we can't do the normal. We can't do what they would expect us to do. Does that make sense when I say
100%?
Yeah.
And I think it's really the concept of everybody come together had to kind of continue.
Sure.
So really putting all the bolts. If you haven't seen the clock, one
Yeah.
side is covered with 90 bolts. Representing all the 90
Right.
neighborhoods.
Love that.
The other is all the high school football teams from the Whippeal and the City League. So everybody kind of has a relationship to say, hey, there's my thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was kind of the
And that's
point.
what I mean, because it's so
Yeah.
easy to say we bridge things. We do, and we're
Yeah.
known for our bridges, but everybody does that. So the fact that you came up with something different to me is just, it's clever.
Well,
It's Pittsburgh. Right. Everyone always says this is such a special place, but truly it's like you bleed black and gold here. I mean, you
Right.
really, it's something. I mean, we left for 4.5 years and I was so excited when we came back. I was like, this is the greatest city ever. I'm never
Yeah.
leaving again.
Were you in State College?
No, we are in
Oh.
Washington, D.C.
Oh,
but-
okay.
Sorry. But we have 2 sons and our goal is we want them back here. We want,
Sure.
them to be proud of their city. So this is like probably one of the most important jobs we've ever done, which might sound strange because we've done a lot of things around the world, but doing something for your city that you absolutely love. And I mean, when I see people like post a photo that they took next to it, I just like,
Yeah, we did that.
yeah, now I can
Yeah.
tell you the night before we looked at each other and said, we could maybe never be, allowed in the city
This
again.
might be our last.
So-
Yeah. This
You're
might
like
be
about
the-
that bridge sculpture.
What other things can we see, just real quickly? 3 or 4 different things we'd see around
And do
the
you want
world.
to take us around the
city?
world?
Yeah.
Sure. happy to go
Well,
with you
in the
to
city
see.
of Pittsburgh, which we're incredibly proud of, we did obviously the Terrible Towel Wall, which
Yeah.
is in the stadium. The terminal buildings down in the Strip District, their branding.
yeah.
3 Crossings.
Okay.
And then outside of the city, we do a lot of work for the distilleries and for the auto industry and
Okay.
responsible drinking.
I mean, actual size, your Jagoff logo is not out of the question.
We're on it.
We're doing, starting a fundraising campaign right now.
Yeah.
I put in 5 cents.
I don't know. You said Jagoff. I'll let you know. Maybe it's just
Yeah,
a heart
Jag.
project.
Tug your heartstrings. That's funny.
So where can everybody find you and follow you to see the other, things that you've done?
Sure. Actualsize.com is
Okay.
our website. And then you can follow us on social media, Actual Sizers. And we also launched last week a TikTok channel, which a lot of the
Out of
young
our
people.
comfort zone,
Yeah,
for sure.
very much out of
Yeah,
our comfort
yeah.
zone. But the
We're
young
old
people in the
heads.
office seem to really be enjoying it.
More like TikTok. There you go.
No, but I think the great thing is that Bob is always hiring young people. I
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
that's like so
Oh,
important.
yeah, I
and keep us hopefully somewhat somewhat young.
Yeah,
You
for
got to know
sure.
you're old.
We agree.
You're old.
We
You
agree.
have a lot. Listen, what you're doing is great, and we love that you're representing
Thank
Pittsburgh
you.
that way.
We
so
love
appreciate
Pittsburgh.
it.
All
Yeah.
around the
You
word,
can
it
tell.
sounds like, too. Yeah.
So we ask a riveting question of the day in case you didn't hear it. I won't sing it again, but what's your summertime vibe song?
I love Hot in the City. Hot in the City.
Yeah,
I'm
I
down,
love that you
down.
were going to do
say-
it.
yeah.
Wait, Mark, can you sing
in the city? Yeah, hot in the city tonight.
Yeah, see,
fun.
Mark.
Bob, do you have one?
How about you, Bob?
Yeah, it's,
You're the creative one. Let's
it's-
go.
I'm sorry. It's the Will Smith DJ Summertime.
Oh, that I just did?
Yeah.
No.
Summertime.
Is
Yes.
Oh,
it's- yes.
summertime. That one.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
Everybody's playing basketball.
He said
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
He said no.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I love it.
So
I love
you
that
have
you're
to have
like
a
no.
junk drawer item.
Yes, I do. Well, it's our sock drawer item. Actual size branded socks and
Oh my
actual
gosh.
size branded matches. So
I love this.
It's not
this
junk
is
drawer,
so
it's sock
perfect.
drawer.
we are-
I
Sorry.
love that it's sock
And we're
drawer.
like, you're our kids. We're so proud of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Make sure if you have not gone to the Great Lawn, check this out. It's fabulous, and follow them on all the socials. Next up, we are talking to someone about some really cool yard sales in the North Side. Check it out on your Jagoff Late Night. Mancini's Bakery, 97 years in business and still getting better. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where you will see various Pittsburgh personalities like Gretchen McKay, Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes, KDKA's own Mary Hours, and WPXI's Jenna Harner, learning how to make the famous Italian twist bread. Follow Mancini Bakery on Instagram and Facebook, and remember to ask for Mancini's. PittsburghUsedCars.com. With hundreds of used cars across 8 dealerships throughout the city, we provide the greater Pittsburgh area with a premium used car buying experience. Looking for unbeatable pricing on some of the best used cars in Pittsburgh? Visit Pittsburgh Used Cars Clearance Zone today. We're providing out-the-door pricing on all of our clearance zone inventory. PittsburghUsedCars.com.
It's another episode of Jeet Jet combined with Yins or Yums of yesteryear with Stacy from City Paper. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
We're here. We're carving it up today.
We are carving, and we're having potato pancakes, fritters,
latkes. Yeah,
Latkes.
yeah. There are subtle differences between potato pancakes, fritters. There's so many different varieties out there, depending on like your nationality, background, or if you just want to wing it. You know,
Sure.
American style. We're all mutts.
And that's sort of what you did, right? Because you and I were counting, there are 6 different pantry items, essentially.
Yes, there's 6 different pantry items in this. This is one of those meals, and you could make this into a meal and just throw some like sour cream and applesauce on this guy and just call it a day.
Yeah.
I've done this as a meal with my kids with just eggs, like when I was in a hurry and wanted to do breakfast for dinner. And it's just one of those things that's really inexpensive and really, really easy.
Welcome back. It's John and Rachel. Welcome back to your Jagoff Late Night. We have Danny Haas. And Danny, I called you David because I got so excited that you are in our neighborhood.
Yes.
So you're wearing the branded shirt, Mexican Moore Street, so proudly. You have been in Pittsburgh for over a decade, which means we are honoring you as a Yinzer. So welcome officially.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So you're just from Erie, PA, which is not far from here, but you've been here. You came for college. You stayed. What did you love about Pittsburgh? Start there.
Just the thriving community.
Okay.
All of the opportunities and events that are here in Pittsburgh there's so many famous people or people who are from Pittsburgh that have become famous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just the vibrancy, close to home as well for me. And just it presented a lot of opportunities.
It's interesting that you say that because John and I just did some work in Jamestown, New York.
Okay.
And for the National Comedy Center. And the gentleman who was walking us through said, there are so many famous people from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And you don't realize it until you start talking about it, you know, and then you go, wow, that is so true. It depends on what you consider famous in what sector, but but musicians especially. I mean, we have one here today. But
hey.
there you go. So on June 14th, this has become a tradition. Why is what is going on June 14th, and why is it a tradition?
It is a tradition. We're going on 10 years now.
Wow.
I've been planning it for the past, I think, 6 or 7.
Okay.
It is really, it's to give back to the community and to the neighborhood. And I think that's really why it's become a tradition, because so many people look forward to it every single year. And people save. They will save stuff all year round. And as soon as spring cleaning comes, they'll start to clear out their attics, their basements. But the really, I think, amazing and unique thing about the yard sale is that people create art. We have such a unique, creative mindset within the War Street Society neighborhood. There's so many artists. And so what I find really unique is that people actually make things for the yard sale.
Wow.
We have this one woodworker. He creates all these beautiful signs. In Pittsburgh, we have a lot of other artists and such, and as well as musicians. So I actually have 2 DJs that will be playing music throughout the neighborhood as people walk through. So we have one ukulele band that will be playing.
Is it Steel City ukuleles?
It is not. They are Paz and Eddie.
We just had them on 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. Okay, yeah.
Paz and Eddie will be there.
Too. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What's your next question,
Keep
Rachel?
talking, Danny. You're good.
Yeah, Paz and Eddie Ukulele will be there, as well as the Ginger Conspiracy.
Don't know them. We need to get them on. Oh, it's one.
Yeah, just one guy. He lives in the neighborhood, and so he's going to do a whole genre of music all throughout the day.
So, Danny, in the Mexican War Streets, and it's are you a vintager by trade? Like, did you used to like to go to, I guess, what is it like,
like thrifting
and things like that?
Not particularly.
Okay.
But I love like the planning of things. And so when I got involved with the Mexican War Street Society, I came on as what we call the program chair that plans all the events. So that was my role, was to assume the planning of the yard sale. And then I am the current president of the society.
So you're like a first-time parent where you plan the first birthday party to get your friends together to drink because you feel like you're missing out on something. But so it's more. Is it more really? It really is a social component too, because it's just such a fun time to walk around the Mexican War Streets and observe the properties.
Well, and kind of going back to the tradition thing as well. I mean, people from all around the world come to the Mexican War Streets to view the architecture and the homes. We like to say we own or host the oldest and finest house and garden tour in the city every year. So that is actually coming up on September 7th of this year.
Yeah.
It's our 53rd annual house and garden tour.
Yeah.
So yeah, in addition to the attraction of the neighborhood, just alone, we have Randyland in the neighborhood. We also have Commonplace Coffee. City of Asylum is there. The YMCA. So there's so many different.
Headquarters of Jagoff. Just FYI, yeah.
Right.
So there's so many unique attractions within the neighborhood that makes the neighborhood so unique already, and the yard sale just adds on to that.
No question. What did the yard sale look like when it first started, or when you sort of took the reins and to where it is now? Because it sounds like you've really grown it into, like John said, more of a social event.
Oh my gosh, it has gotten so large. So when it first started out, it was in this small little parking lot at one of the churches that are in the neighborhood, like dirt parking lot. There may have been like 5 or 6 vendors. And then over the years, the interest of the event just grew and grew and grew. And so I started to have to expand. So we typically have over 100 sellers.
Oh, wow.
Right now I'm at 75. But it's not required to like sign up. People just put stuff out. But we usually try to get about 100 sellers. And this year I have 39 vendors. So we've, over the years, expanded to a huge parking lot that's within the neighborhood.
Do you have to be from the neighborhood to be a seller, a vendor at?
Great question. You do not.
Oh, please, with the great question.
No, you do not need to be. We always, north side businesses are always preferred. Okay. But
you said north side, and that makes my north side heart proud because you said it so north sider. I just want you to know.
I always say north side is the best side.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
But no, you don't have to be from the north side. So I take applicants from all over. I have this little like black book of vendors that I just have return every single year. So we have, obviously like the Mexican War Street Society will be, there. We also have, Allegheny City Brewing as one of our alcohol vendors. We have Frank's Pizza Kitchen. We also have a ton of crafters, other types of vendors, local community organizations like the YMCA will be there.
Oh, that's great.
So it's just I kind of collect all of these different little vendors and kind of change it up every year. So.
Danny, let's check your Yinzer card since you came down from Erie for the weather.
Oh, boy.
And have you gone to Gus and Yaya's cart?
Oh, that is an absolute staple.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say
Man,
not
I
yet.
was going to say no. I was going to kick him
John was
out.
going to flip him off the chair.
right.
Yeah.
You have to go as soon as they open every single season, and R.I.P. Gus.
Yes.
So
Yes.
very special to our neighborhood and our hearts.
No question. We all claim him, right?
Yeah,
Fantastic guy. So, do you have a social media presence? Where can everybody find you and follow you so that they know when to come? It is June the 14th.
Yes, next Saturday, June the 14th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. But the diehard crafter, or I should say, attendees, they show up about 7:30 in the morning.
So funny.
Yeah.
The pickers.
The
right?
pickers. The pickers show up.
Yeah.
But you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Mexican War Street Society, and our website is MexicanWarStreetSociety.org, where you can check out all of the other things that are going on with the society and neighborhood, as well as tickets to the house tour and other things that we throw on.
We need to do that house
yeah.
tour, John.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, that's for sure. I agree. All right,
John,
so
Rachel, and Danny on the house
It's
tour.
wonderful that we asked you your website, but that's really not the important
Oh,
answer.
absolutely.
The really important question is, do you want our question of the day?
Oh, sure.
What is your
Are you gonna sing it?
Some summertime song?
Ooh, okay. I have two. One is a little bit older. It's called "Where You Are" from John Summit and Hala.
Okay.
And the other, currently, I would have to say "Abracadabra" by Lady Gaga.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know the first one, and you said it as if we weren't old. So thank you for that. You weren't like, you guys would know it.
It's more of like a electronic EDM.
Okay, gotcha.
Song. Yeah.
All right, I got you.
All right, so did you bring us a junk drawer item?
I did.
Okay, phew,
So
thank you.
can we resell it at the Mexican War
No,
Street
that's
You
tacky.
might.
market?
So it's this little random protection.
I love it.
For those listening to the radio or the audio track, it is like a little
Thing.
doll,
It's a little
like a
blue
keychain, and it's with red hair.
And it's called The Nurse, and there's a little message on here that says, "I will help you work life-saving miracles on a few hours of sleep, all done in comfy shoes."
If only it was Nurses Week. That's the
Danny.
only
Yeah.
thing you're off on, Danny.
Look at that.
Thank you. It is such a pleasure to
Sweet,
meet
Danny.
you.
Oh,
Thank
you
you
as
so
well.
much. Thanks for what you're doing. Thanks for making Northside proud. And you guys, you can make an entire event out of it. Go check out the Mexican War Streets. Enjoy the pop-ups, but then come to Babesburg. It's a whole thing on the 14th. We
Yes.
got it all planned for you. Stay with us. It's John and Rachel, and I get to talk to Mark Eddy for the first time. He's an old friend of yours.
Oh yeah, we're buds. KB Plumbing, KB Plumbing, KB Plumbing. Ben, wow.
What are we doing in here, John?
Ben, I can't get this to go. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know. I need like 22 liters per minute come out of there when I shower.
22 liters per minute.
Yeah.
Well, you got the wrong shower head on
Okay.
for 22 liters per minute.
All right.
So, what you want to do is there's a couple different options. Get rid of this guy. You can get yourself one with a nice one.
Yeah.
You got stuck in this tight space. That would.
Yeah.
That definitely work for a little undercarriage cleaning, if you know what I'm talking about.
I
John.
got you. Yeah.
Yeah. Get rid of this. Get one of those, and then you should be ready to go.
Oh man.
Can you watch where you're at next time you call me?
Yeah, this is kind of weird.
Yeah. Thanks, pal.
First up, the doorstop, of course. This is, can I say, iconic. It is iconic. As you saw, established in 1986, you can get anything you want. It's all made from scratch. And also, how cool is this? Guy Fieri with Triple D, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives was here. He actually has family in the Pittsburgh area. This is the best.
It is Rachel and John, and ever since we started the podcast, we have supported local musicians. One, because we want to support local musicians. Two, because we don't have the money to pay for licenses.
Oh,
and
wow.
if they're here,
I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah, we're on the cheap. But anyways, the bad thing is, as long as we've been doing this podcast, we've never had this local, born and raised
I never met
in
him.
the
You
Steubenville
talked to
area,
me about
Mark
him like
Eddy
I
on
knew
our
him.
podcast. Yeah,
Maybe we should talk to him.
Yeah, Mark Eddy. So welcome.
Hey, I'm here. Hey, guys.
Welcome you, Jagoff.
It's funny to talk about yourself like
Yeah,
in
when
third
people are-
person. You're just like right here. Hi.
No, but he has always spoken so highly of you, and I've obviously seen your name so many times, and the fact that you were available, we were really stoked. So
it's
thanks for
awesome.
being here.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a pleasure. I started, in Pittsburgh. I was, a musician touring around, but always playing the hot spots at the day,
Sure.
Nick's Fat City.
Yes.
And all,
I was going to say, what was your fave?
all the clubs. Well, I really missed when I really missed Nick's Fat City.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it was Nick's Fat City.
Yeah, when it was Diesel, then after that. It
and then who knows what it was after that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Were you ever a part of the Decade in Oakland?
Oh, yeah. The Decade was great. And,
Okay.
oh, my God. Yeah. Those were
My
great
dad always
times.
says the Stanley Theater was his favorite
Yes.
place to play. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
So there's
Stanley.
that.
I actually did the Syria Mosque.
Oh, wow.
before
Yeah,
they-
sure.
There you
before they
go.
tore it
Sure.
down.
Where's
That's
that
so-
I was
actual
with
size
Tim
clock
Allen,
again?
yeah.
We're going to count that up. We need a bigger
That was
screen.
great. Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
So anyway,
you
no,
kind
so-
of share your time. You are a
Yes.
Pittsburgh guy,
I
but you
am.
also go to LA because you're big
Yeah.
time. You're one of those famous people that Danny talked about, right?
I've been in LA for like 25 years.
Wow.
And, it's like most of my adult life now. So it's like, it is home as well. you
Sure,
know,
but Pittsburgh
and-
sucked you back in?
But we go back and forth. Yeah,
Sure.
I came back a couple of years ago to take care of my mother, really look after her. And then she passed away, sadly.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Not long ago. Yeah. And, but it was great. It was time well spent, and I don't regret it a second. And I love it here. I love Pittsburgh, and
And
I
it brought
always
you
will.
back. We're thrilled.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
And
Had my
you're-
heart surgery here. So
There,
Oh
you're
my
right.
God.
And your heart's here.
Brought
and your
to you
heart's
by
here.
UPMC.
Right. So,
By
and
Pretty
you're a musician or a
I am.
musician, right?
I'm a
So-
comedian, singer, songwriter. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
That's such
So
a fun
I
thing.
write songs, tell stories, make people laugh. It's great. Yeah.
What people don't know is that if they haven't seen you, that when they go to your show, it's very engaging. Like, don't think you're
Yes.
going to go sit in a chair and just
No.
go, hey, let's just yuck at this guy. You're going to
Absolutely.
get involved. It's
You're gonna get
very
involved.
interactive.
You're gonna sing
right?
along. You're gonna have a
yeah.
great time.
What
Yeah.
started that
Yeah.
part of your act?
I don't know. I think it was playing bars. I remember back when I was in college, I was playing like places like Margaritaville, for example. And you used to pack them in there. And, I was like a human jukebox. I had a repertoire of like 1,000 songs or something like that. And
Sure.
I did that for a long while. And then I had a band that played around. Then I got very lucky. I was able to tour with Jackson Brown.
Wow.
Melissa Etheridge, Toad the Wet Sprocket.
What?
And I know. That sounds
To
exciting. I know.
my window.
Just remember, I had to call my parents late one night,
Mark, I
tell
was
them I
waiting
was
for you
on
to
the
sing with
road
me.
with Toad the Wet Sprocket.
What?
My dad, a Marine, not impressed.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. Wow.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. And we
it
actually
was.
saw
She-
Melissa Etheridge in concert for Women Who Rock last year. Fantastic.
She was
Yeah.
super fun. Oh my God,
So
we had
great.
so much
So
fun together. Yeah.
you are part of a show with Larry Richard
Yes.
and Jimmy Crenn.
Jimmy Crenn.
You're celebrating 125 years of the Casino,
Theater in Vandergrift.
Yes.
Yes. We hope everybody will join us. It's Saturday night, June 21st.
Okay, thank God it's not the 14th because we
No.
were packing
Right,
in
'cause
too
we're
much
like,
stuff.
how are we all
Get
getting
your
it from
tickets,
Danny's
yeah.
house?
Yeah.
Get them now. Get them now at casinotheater.org. And they spell theater the old-fashioned...
R.E.
Oh, the
Yeah,
theater.
R-E. Theater.
The theater.
Theater.
It's the theater.
The French way.
So what's happening there? Larry's going to MC. Jimmy's going to do some time. But
Jimmy-
you and Jimmy perform together with all those
If you
Yinzer
can call
songs.
what Larry does MC.
MC. Right.
Larry is hysterical.
Larry
Love him.
Richard.
Yes.
I mean, really, he is hysterically
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
He's got jokes. He's got bits and material. I
quick.
had no idea. I thought,
Yeah.
well, he's just going to host the show and ladies and
The
gentlemen
voice.
and do that little radio
Yeah.
voice. And
The tram will stop
tram.
at gates D, C, and E.
But I'm telling you, he has so much substance. We did a big event for the Steelers down in, for the Pirates. It was the opening of spring training this year in Bradenton Beach, and we did a Yinzer comedy night at the Manatee Performing Arts Center.
Love it.
Right down in Bradenton, and there were all the Pirates and staff and people, and there were fans there, and
That's
people
a Yinzer
were
dream for you.
transplanters,
For sure.
snowbirds, everybody came out. It was awesome.
So you're performing June the 21st with two of our favorite Yinzers. You guys need to go there. This is a celebration. It's going to be fantastic. But in the meantime, the question of the day is, what is your go-to summertime song?
My go-to summertime song. Oh my God, it's got to be.
He's gonna.
I got my first real 6-string.
Bought it at the 5 and dime.
Yeah.
Till my fingers
Was the summer of
bled.
69.
Was the summer of 69.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, rock it out.
Baby,
69.
In the meantime, did you bring us a junk drawer item?
I did.
All right.
I came prepared.
I love this.
And as he's getting ready, once again, it's the Casino
Have jokes, will
Theatre
travel.
in Vandergrift, and it's
Yes.
the 21st.
This is a very special pick. It's a guitar pick.
I love getting guitar picks.
And it is really a special pick for a lot of reasons. I got to be friends with Robbie Krieger from The Doors, founding
You didn't
member,
have to say that.
Rock
We
and Roll
knew.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And my other good friend, Scotty Medlock, who is a PGA commissioned artist who sadly passed away from cancer last year. And he's always in my heart. And that was a pick. A commemorative pick from the event that we did every year for like 15 years.
Wow.
And it was called the Scott Medlock, Robbie Krieger Invitational Golf Tournament and Rock Concert. And everybody would show up. I mean, there were huge. I mean, I'm talking like Alice Cooper, Lita Ford.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
everybody was there.
Sure.
Sebastian Bach, members of Kiss. We would all jam together. I'm not the biggest name dropper, by the way. You know who is? You know who is?
Who?
Sting. That mother.
Oh, yes. That is Mark Eddy. We're going to take a break, and Mark is going to entertain the entire crowd here of tens of thousands at the Jagoff Late
I
Night.
love you guys. Thanks.
Sweet.
Welcome to People's Clean Hydrogen Pilot Program. Here sits no ordinary container. It's a drop-in unit that transforms natural gas into clean, cost-effective hydrogen that could provide you with affordable, safe, and reliable energy with as few emissions as possible, removing carbon and making a product, not a pollutant. So no, it's no ordinary box. It's a powerful decarbonization tool, and just one of the ways Peoples is innovating the future of energy.
I've been thinking that Rohrich Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rohrich Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rohrich, I bought it at Rohrich. Picked up my new car at Rohrich Automotive. I got friends at Rohrich Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Eddy, and the song I'm going to do for you right now is a song that I wrote. It's about my wife and I and where we have found ourselves in life at this time. Well, we've raised two beautiful kids. Man, ain't that sweet. All of a sudden, they're all grown up. They're on their own in a heartbeat. Well, we're working real hard to keep our minds on track. And we're hoping and praying to God they don't move back. Right? You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna get our groove on, party like it's 1989. If we run around the house buck naked, that'll be just fine. Drink tequila shots and throw a fiesta, then sit back and have a fiesta. Living and loving the life of an empty nester. Well, this is the moment I've been waiting for all of my life. You see, I met a new girl and it happens to be my wife. Ooh, baby. We'll put our common sense to the tester. The kids will be gone till next semester. Living and loving the life of an empty nester. Well, it used to be Disney movies, taking trips to the zoo. Now it's HBO After Dark, and we're going to Burning Man too. From a Dodge minivan and no swagger to a stud muffin hubby, I got them moves like Jagger. I got them moves like Jagger. I got them moves. We're gonna party like rock stars, then maybe Netflix and chill. Take a low-dose aspirin, CoQ10, and a little blue pill. Woo. A little yoga can lower blood pressure. Life's too short, gotta make time for pleasure. Living and loving the life of an empty nester. Yeah. Well, we're living and loving the life of an empty nester.
Mark Eddy, once again celebrating the Casino Theater in Vandergrift,
Yes.
the 21st.
Myself, Jim Krenn,
Yeah.
and the amazing Larry Richard.
Yeah. Yes.
The voice of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rather.
for sure.
So
No,
thank you
Mike.
again to Mark. Thank you again to Caliente, or no, Doughboy.
No, John, yeah.
No,
Doughboy,
Daddy,
that's
for
right.
God's
Go Daddy.
sakes.
God, start over.
Daddy, yes. Edit. Doe Daddy because they're serving brunch coming up here, and also thank you to the oh my gosh, Mary and Mark Kiernan.
Bob!
Oh my God!
Bob,
See, I drank those things, and now I
Oh
can't
my
figure it out.
God, John, I'm
Wow,
sorry
that was so
that I
terrible.
didn't
But I
outro.
do know who helped us put this all together. It's Michaela, it's Johnny, it's Tracy, and our
You guys
intern
just
Roman.
have a
We
good
appreciate
night.
it.
Thanks for being here and liking
Yes.
us before John outroed the show. Have a great weekend.
The opinions on this show are not necessarily
Rachel.